Yeah, we're fucking doing it live. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Push to Talk. You are with us on the 21st of September 2024. Hope you're all doing well out there. I'm going to pour myself a non-specific alcoholic beverage.
It is 1 o'clock. It is way too early to drink if you're not at a beach or pool.
I mean, it's 6 for where I'm at, but you know, it's happy hour at somewhere in the world. It is happy hour. So
wouldn't that be Ireland then? Aren't they an hour off?
I have water.
I have water too.
Hope everyone can hear us out there. I'm fairly certain you guys can, but like always, you know, getting an okay out there is always a good thing.
I've been trying to drink more water lately.
Sound
is working.
Goal.
I just really I get freaked out if I see things floating in my water, and so I'm really easily perturbed by water because I'm always worried I'm going to see stuff in it.
I have carbon filtering on the inlet of our water supply, so that's nice.
Mine's off of the fridge has a filter and everything, right? And so I get it out of the fridge, but it's still if I got ice cubes from it, it would still always have this weird white powder from I guess the filter being newer. And I'm just I can't do it. No.
That sounds weird.
It does sound a bit strange. I've seen that before though. It is a bit strange and it is a bit off-putting.
I would go to the sink, fill up a cup and put it in the fridge to cool down sometimes. But obviously that means I can't have water then. And I don't like ice. So I don't have ice just being made. So I know. Microwaving coffee should be a crime. It's all heat energy. It doesn't fucking matter.
In actual fact, I think that coffee microwaves a lot better than, say, something like tea. Tea does not microwave well.
Well, you would usually microwave the water to get it boiling and then put the tea in.
Yeah,
microwave the actual tea.
No, I mean, if your tea's gone cold, instead of making a fresh cup of tea, some people have microwaved tea that they have already made, and it does not look good. And in my opinion, it does not taste good.
Oh, hold on.
However, I have done that with black coffee, and black coffee does microwave fairly all right.
Or you could get an induction stove and just heat your water on there, because it's pretty much as fast as the microwave.
Yes, let me go spend however much money on that.
If you drink
be able
to.
If you drink your coffee out of a military canteen, yeah, the ceramic mug that I have my coffee in is not, induction heatable on induction.
Okay, but who makes a single cup of coffee? Who does that?
If you're just making instant coffee, basically almost everybody. But if you're making batch coffee,
I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not a coffee drinker, but instant coffee is awful. Okay,
it generally is, yeah, for the most part. Sometimes you prefer the sort of convenience than the high quality of a good cup of coffee.
I know I'm weird.
Shut up about the damn coffee.
It's not worth doing.
Horrendous.
I don't like hot liquids.
Hi.
I was going to be we need a little bit more American in here to sort of counteract the European.
At least you guys are two different countries, so you can still argue about stuff.
That is true.
I
mean,
watch. I'm gonna throw a grenade that the Europeans are gonna absolutely go nuts about. Ready? There's no way they can possibly agree with this. So, what the fuck with France, right?
No, well, you're talking about a Brit and a German here.
I
we
know,
will
that's
agree
the
with
joke.
that. I was going to be there's probably...
I'm going to throw hot iron into the circle. The Brits don't even know how to make tea, even though they pride themselves on being a tea nation.
Look, we just facilitated the the rapid export of tea around the world. That's all we did.
I think you're forgetting about the Hansa.
There's probably also other people who did it, but whatever.
East India wasn't
Semantics.
The only giant trading corporation, and I'm pretty sure
it was a pretty giant trading corporation.
Is older.
Yeah, well, some people were born earlier than other people. This is how life happens and works.
Yeah, but all of Germany's colonies were in places that still suck.
I was gonna say before you decided to try chuck a grenade, I was like, yes. What could a German and a Brit possibly, argue about of all the potential topics of the world?
How did France make
Belgium? Is it a good place to keep troops?
Belgium. I mean, is it a legit country? I'm not entirely certain myself.
They think they are. I'm not inclined to disagree with them.
If it simmers them down, then fair enough. Anyway, welcome to the Eve Adjacent Talkshow.
Can people really be blamed for confusing Belgium and the Netherlands? I don't think so.
Well, the Netherlands is just a joke, but I do like the Netherlands.
Oh, don't fuck with the Dutch.
I have fucked the Dutch, so...
I said with.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
she didn't say
very
with.
well.
I think that was the point. I'm half expecting Caleb to jump in suddenly out of nowhere.
Look, you can fuck the Dutch all you want. They are pretty open Danish, people, yes. Okay?
Yeah. My favorite is when someone in Europe complains how long it's going to take to get somewhere, and then I just point at the US and go, okay, tell me how long it's going to take. And then, and then look over here and then we can fucking talk.
Also, someone just pointed out that Belgium is pretty French.
Very true.
Which I have to agree with. That's definitely a downside.
So is bits of Canada.
Yeah, but not the Netherlands.
Yeah, but that's a totally different kind of French.
That's like as
Belgium and the Netherlands, like their Frenchification is both kind of overflow French.
Yeah, but the Dutch is more German than French.
Yeah, but
but like it's a mixture of different different levels. But Quebec is the French that the French were like, no, you people are too rude, get the fuck out.
Well, as Al Murray said, and I wholeheartedly agree, the French in Canada are they think they're French because they just live in a ship place and it's a reflex action.
Delve mining report. It's shit. News at 11.
Okay, what other?
That's the official word from the official mining director of Goonswarm Federation.
Well, the problem is we've been at war for however many weeks now, and
have you?
Are we at war? Are you guys at war?
It's
Sorry.
more like it's like we ran into some place going, yeah, we're gonna drive them out, and we got there and we found some stragglers who were just a little lazy, but then nothing else happened. But we're still here, and
I'm not sure that constitutes being at war.
I know. Well, so if we want to do anything back home, every time I want to do something, they're like, oh, we have a million timers, we're doing stuff. And I'm like, okay, I guess we just won't do anything.
So you skipped all the fun parts of the war and you're on to the boring cleanup phase, but you're still deployed, so you can't get anything done back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an awkward place to be in. That's a very awkward situation.
Yeah, and that's the hard part is
I mean, I've heard of you're winning too fast, but I've never heard of we won too fast.
maybe this is like maybe this is like Goon Swarm, like super, like super crafty baiting 101. Like, let's put ourselves in the most awkward and precarious position possible, and maybe someone might think, this is when we should strike.
Yeah, so like every time that I want to do something, I just get told no, and I'm like, all right. And then I've got other people.
I'm stuck in a war.
It would be terrible if you deployed or something, Yeah, so I've just kind of been in this like 6 or 7 week like stuck part where like we really can't do anything in a big fleet at home, because if we do, it's just going to be dreads in Black Ops City. So it's kind of better to just like let individuals kind of do stuff when they can do it. And if a couple people die, it's not that big a deal. Most of them can get stuff done, but I haven't been able to do a big fleet in weeks.
I do have to ask, is PL actually legitimately a leader of any alliance or any kind of group or force of, Eve nature in some way, shape, or form? Like, I haven't really, I don't recall them being a significant player in the grand scheme of things lately, or in the past, recent history.
Back. I was talking of Step PL, which is clearly Horde.
Oh, Horde. Okay. Well, the issue with Horde is like we whipped their asses like, a fair amount in the past, few months, right? So they still have their tail between their legs, like wondering what to do. And generally, they are very skittish about actually doing anything unless they have like Panda Fam like with them in some way, shape, or form.
They weren't happy. They were like upset with how we were like dropping keep stars across from them. They're like, fine, we're going home. We're like, what? No, we wanted to play. Stop it. Come back. No. All right. Well, I guess we'll just come over to your house then.
Please come back. I didn't mean it.
You live on the wrong side of the city.
You see, this is the thing. The Pandemic Horde kind of went, well, I'm taking my ball and going home. But Goon Swarm seemed to have thought, oh, okay, so the football is at his home. Right, let's go.
Oh, that means you're inviting me over? All right. Well, your mom will call my mom, and we'll set up a play
Suddenly
date,
ball flies across the room and hits a vase, right? And someone gets really fucking mad.
Are they still the largest alliance in the game?
I don't know, actually. Let me dotland this.
I was just gonna...
by members.
I know we have the most space.
Yes, there's 7 members over 50,000 at this point in time.
Okay, so the largest alliance in the game runs away if they don't have backup.
Yes. From the largest alliance in the game runs away if they don't have the backup from the third largest in the game.
I think we need to put a kibosh on some of these alt corps. Look at our corporations in Goon Swarm versus them.
I would like to know. I would like to know how much dead weight there is.
Didn't Atrum go on a massive alt corp purge?
There are 597 corps in Goon Swarm, and I know most of those are just.
Dear God.
Because they're all mostly alt corps. Pandemic Horde is 149. I feel like some of us could get together.
I think there is a lot. I mean, there's a lot of dead weight in those corps in Pandemic Horde, but then I kind of feel like there's a lot of dead corpse in Goon Swarm Fed.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I definitely don't have 3 corps in the alliance.
Is Wafa still in Goon Swarm?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so there's definitely still dead weight in Goon Swarm.
Hey, we're a real corp now. We're a real boy. We pay taxes and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, wow.
I know, it's so fucking stupid. But that content has just ruined that for everybody.
Under the thumb. So you are.
Well, the Edge and content just had to open their fat mouths.
Oh shit, I haven't done the ping yet. I knew I didn't do anything. I knew you guys.
I only had like 30 people watching.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to do the ping to.
Dawn, is Edge back?
No, Fed J. No, he's not back. Him and Asher had a little tizzy because Fed J doesn't want to listen to Asher's authority, from what I understand.
Well, then you shouldn't have put him in charge.
I don't know. I don't know what the vote ended up being. I know. And then Asher's like, sounds good. All right, you guys, we'll pretend to be kind of a corp. Okay. So Asher is the CEO of Goonwafa, but Atrim actually runs it. So, I mean, technically, Asher, if you wanted to come in and like kick doors down, no problem. But, you know, Atrim takes all the initiative and does everything, and he does a good job. Honestly, Atrim's a pretty good court manager, as long as you don't like be stupid.
Yeah, that's generally how things
Which we are talking about Wafa, so
yeah, we have you know, good people, and then we have Ragnar, but I love Ragnar. But
I was gonna say, which ones?
We also have Kawi.
There we go. Thing has been said.
Which
People
is already
will now know that we are actually live.
Oh God!
If you want a corp that never bothers you for anything, here you go.
Now that I've reviewed that ping, I don't know why I put push in block capitals.
Push to talk.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's got to push.
Yep.
Maybe some of us want to try pulling to talk.
Pull to talk.
Oh yeah,
that would be
whatever you're into. Weird as an after hours episode. So so the only question I have right now is, so last week we had the crypto guy crypto guys,
yeah,
right?
We had crypto guys. We had
and I only got to hear about half of it.
We had Ithaca on. We're not going to talk about crypto. Fuck that shit.
No, that's fine.
We'll review about the fact that if you want to hear a little bit about like the crypto shit, like we had an episode last week where we had CCP Overload, aka Ithaca Hawk, on the show. You can go check that out. I think we're going to do another one at some other point, like you know.
Well, what I want to know is
not this show.
I missed an hour of it, right? And the first hour that I was listening to, everything was chill and peaceful. Did shit? You know, I understand.
No,
did shit like turn later? Because like it started hearing weird stuff, and I just don't know if I could go back and listen to it. So that's what I wanted to ask.
Not really. I don't think nothing. It didn't go off the rails. Let's put it that way. Okay. Like, you know, we're all still friends at the end of it. Okay. And thank you, Hazkid, for the raid, by the way.
Of one person.
Well, yeah,
which is himself.
Of him. Welcome. Yeah. Thank you for raiding yourself into the chat.
Thanks, Greg.
Look, some people just want to make an entrance, okay?
I guess that is true.
Yes. Okay, so what's happening this week? You did a lot of work of being proactive, of collecting things to talk about. I think the big thing.
I just did my usual thing of like go through like the Reddit, go through, you know. Oh, we were searching
Eve
Online and Hilmar and see what pops up on Google search.
So, obviously, the thing that would be pertinent to my interest is there's two things, which is the Azrael dying.
Yes, Space Croissant. Yes, it definitely died.
And the Croissant. And then the new mining sites, which are a joke in reality, but they're there.
Who would have thought it?
Here we are.
There was a great like Reddit thread that was entitled, "Thank you so much for the new Anom CCP. The miner community is on their knees thanking God for existence. Just kidding, we hate you."
Oh, sorry. Greg brought one other person with him.
Oh, right, okay.
Good job, Greg. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Anyways, double the value.
So what is the deal with these new mining sites, though?
So they're
like a lower level mining site.
No, they're an eighth of the size of the current of the new sites. Yeah. So they're an eighth of the size of the new sites. So a normal site.
Before she has to leave anyway.
I know, right? So the new sites range from like 2 million to 4 million M3, give or take what it is, and have a chance at an escalation, which was literally them just copy pasting the home sites from Poshfin telling us to stop complaining and just put that in. It was perfect. Worked like Chud. We don't need to talk about our lost loves. I can't do it.
Okay. But they were better is my point.
Yeah, like 6 years ago. Yeah. So then they take a ton of power, a ton of workforce. Like you can only have basically you couldn't fit more than one in a system if you're lucky, you know.
I forgot if you're not dedicating manpower and production power to something, the space rocks don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to be running around like breaking up big asteroids to make mining fields, clearly. So that's what the workforce is doing, I guess.
I gotta.
You ask a lot of questions, Arendis, and I can't help you. So,
no,
anyways,
like this isn't it. I'm just really curious as to exactly who is out there spending the manpower and the freaking megajoules or gigajoules of power to keep the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
Yeah,
you just got to get into orbit, and then it should be just stay there naturally.
Well,
it's crazy. It's clearly it's somebody with such advanced.
Somebody's got a hell of an iHub out there, or SovHub. I'm sorry.
Yeah, SovHub. That's invisible to all of our space-based ground-based satellites, or observatories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if it takes this much power to keep one of those rocks out there.
Yeah. Crazy.
So this feels like a little toss up to because there was only just these one quote unquote big mining sites, right? You could only fit one in a system, and it would basically brick the system that maybe you could put a tiny ratting thing in, and that's about it. You weren't going to fit too much in with one of these. So now they have made baby mining sites that are much smaller in power, but they are an eighth of the size of the other one. So they're very tiny. They max out at a couple tens of thousands of M3 or,
Okay.
Hundreds of thousands of M3. They're very tiny.
When you say much smaller in power, do they take an eighth of the power? An eighth of the manpower?
It's a couple hundred, I think, 250, 300. I haven't looked at it in a little bit.
Anything, though.
Okay, well, the original one was 1750, and if it's only 250, it's a lot less. I don't know if it was 250 or 300 or somewhere there, but it wasn't a lot. Power cost, sorry, 500. It was smaller. A third smaller.
1750. Okay, so for 1/3 the investment, you get 1/8 the return.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that sounds worth it.
But each site is a little bit different size, so certain ones are better than other, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is when you make these sites, they respawn. Once you start mining it, the new one will be ready to spawn in an hour. And if you finish the site after an hour of mining, it pops up instantly. If you finish the site in under an hour, you just have to wait the rest of the hour.
Okay, so they
did the respawn for this one just like they did the new new ratting sites.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Though.
I think Reddit actually had a good point here. CCP is definitely going to look at this. They're going to see that the numbers don't add up, right? And they will definitely put in a patch to nerf moons as well, so that the mining sites are worth it.
Yeah, and the sites have tiny rocks.
Is that 1 hour thing? Is that the big mining sites or is that the small mining sites?
That's
small.
These mining sites, I think. Yeah.
Baby sites.
Okay. How long does the big mining site take to respawn?
4 hours and 20 minutes, and I'm not kidding. And there's a little debate on the 20-minute part, but it's about 4 hours. You can pretty much bank on. But yeah, 4 hours 20 minutes.
So. 2,600 minutes. Or 260 minutes, sorry, not 2,600. 260 minutes.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. So not 420 minutes.
Oh, I know I said 4 hours and 20 minutes.
No, I know. But
Okay.
He's just making it clear.
I'm just being facetious.
Okay. I was just wait a minute. Don't gaslight me. Someone posted
so easy.
Someone posted, let me go to this picture, what the money per hour was the new mining sites. There we go. So if you were to mine the new mining sites, you would be making in a 5-man fleet of looks like a porpoise and some barges. It'd be 94. It just says is per hour. I'm assuming that's mil, but 94 mil.
That's 94 is per hour. The whole fleet.
Well, it'd be 94 mil in an hour, but that's split between 5 people. So,
yay! The age of prosperity is upon us. 94 ISK per hour.
I haven't looked too much into these new sites because I was just like, I'm not gonna mine one. Fuck that. And these ones also do not have a chance of escalating into the hot, sexy escalation sites. So,
oh, for fuck's sake. But hey, we're getting 94 ISK per hour, so it's all good.
Yay! So
it's a third of the cost, an eighth of the resources.
Yeah, give or take.
Or functionally the same resources in twice the time.
Well, I mean, you get one every hour, so...
Right. So to get to the 8 of them, you need 8 hours.
Yeah, I mean, and you'd have... I haven't looked at if they adjusted the new sites, the bigger sites on their M3, because they did a bunch of adjustment after everyone was like, what the fuck are these? Because they were even smaller. And so I know that they had bumped it up, but I don't remember how much. As I said, I haven't had to pay attention to this in a couple weeks. So you guys are always welcome to review the numbers yourself.
This sounds worth it.
Yep.
Yeah, but think about it, Horrendous. This is great for renters. When they get given a shit system, they still can have some mining.
This is great for renters. When they get given a great system, they still get given a shit system.
But hey, the shit spawns very quickly.
It does. You can keep people mining. Like, I get it. They're trying to, like, throw a bone for, like, oh, we'll have tiny little sites for people. But it's like, really? This is like finding a Hedbergite site in HiSec, and it's, like, gone in 20 minutes, if that. Like, well, yeah, oh, yay, I'm so excited. After that. Yeah, but by then you've got the little leeches showing up. And it's like, well, we get to mine for 5 minutes, and I get 20 mil of ore, and that's about it if I'm lucky.
Yep.
I don't know what other things were in the patch.
Well, as the mining director, I don't think anything else in the patch is actually sort of something that you kind of really concern yourself with, I guess. There was a bunch of Equinox sort of solve system changes and stuff like that, which doesn't affect too many people, but it does affect the initiative because reasons.
Oh, didn't they make jump bridges cheaper?
Yeah,
in power. In power, and people were, oh my god, the amount of crying on Reddit. They're unnerving jump bridges. Oh no! I'm like, why are you fucking crying? Do you want action or not?
Dawn. Can I just say that I think it's really hilarious that when Mac's talking about changes that affect initiative, your immediate response is talking about the price of jump bridges.
Well, that's because Fountain is the best street to have some jump bridges to go north. You kind of need them.
Well, there was a better way of getting north, which was basically Pokfin, but not Pokfin, which was Zarzak.
Oh yeah.
But they kind of nerfed that, and thankfully they definitely did. So I think slightly loosening the reins on the jump bridge kind of side of things once you've nerfed Zarzak into what it should have been at the end of the day anyway.
Okay, I don't even know much about that change. Can you explain it as if I never read it?
Zarzak.
Okay, I know that.
So basically, Zarzak was essentially like a superhighway from...
Yes, I know what Zarzak is. I just need to know what changed.
What changed is when you jump into Zarzak, the only gate that you can take after jumping into Zarzak is the one that you came into.
For 4 hours.
For 4 hours or something like that. So you can't use it as a superhighway as such.
Well, you can. You just have to pre-plan.
You just have to pre-plan like crazy.
If you're gonna have a timer,
so dudes can't use it as a superhighway.
That's very true.
Essentially, so it's one of those sorts of things where,
we take Sovin Kedge just to hold it, and they were like, "Oh no, we can't have Zarzak available. Nerf it into the ground."
Well, I mean, to be fair, it should never have been what it was. So.
I see that they've reduced the cost for making Tech 1 battleships.
They have significantly so as well.
Well, they reduced the isogen.
Caleb would be so glad to hear that the battleships that were so fucking expensive were totally worth the price.
I love how they said a small amount of tweaks have been made to T1 battleships.
Well, that's because they reduced the isogen amount.
I think it's 4 years, so 5.
Like isogen, obviously, bottleneck, very much so. So dropping it from 400,000 to 200,000 is, going to affect the price quite significantly. Even if you're bumping up Noxium like quite to twice as much. Like,
I do have a question, Mac. Do you know where you get Noxium?
I mean, from asteroids or the
but where area of space would you get the majority of Noxium from?
I mean, I would probably maybe say low sec.
And guess where you get the majority of isogen from right now?
Low sec.
So the bottleneck is really not going to change too much. It's just going to shift over a bit.
It's going to shift over a little bit, yeah. But like, you're talking about a 200,000 unit reduction in the amount of isogen and a 12,000 increase in Noxium.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, then that's fine. I didn't know.
They don't equal zero.
Okay, because I was like, this is the same place as space. Isogen went down, but isogen and Noxium come from the same area.
Yeah.
Which I feel like they need to give up that idea at this point, only because they keep adding things in the game now to give everybody possibilities of access to the ores that they want. And it's like, just put the ore back like it was. Oh my God, 2018, best part of the game. I don't care what anybody fucking says. I had fun.
It may be a different number of units, but how does it compare in terms of volume? Like, how does isogen and Noxium compare in terms of volume?
Could you be more pedantic, Arendis?
No, because because mining is done by volume. So how quickly something is coming in depends on how large the ore is.
Well, I'm gonna have to do this research live because I don't know. Like, but obviously we have the mining director here. So she could tell us straight away.
Don't put that juju on me.
I mean, really?
She would know this stuff.
Juju on me. I am not.
This is knowing stuff about mining.
No, that's a builder's knowledge versus mining knowledge. Okay, I know how to mine rocks. All right.
You know where the rock comes from. You should know about the rock.
I don't know where the rock goes. I just sell the rock as a rock, and I say goodbye, rock. I'll get on Eve right now. We'll pull it up. I know that Arcanar, Bistot, and Croquet, I believe all of them are 16 M3 per rock. But I'll check.
Am I?
And I know all Moon Goo is 10 M3 per rock.
Am I the only one who keeps thinking of Dwayne Johnson?
I'm wondering when. I was wondering how to get that in. But like, I couldn't see an angle, to be completely honest.
I know
whether that's any particular angle or Kurt angle, I'm not entirely certain, right? But
Gordite's also really tiny. I know the general size of a lot of the rocks. I know like Mercoxit is ungodly huge.
So is that what you get Noxium from?
No, you get it from Croquet and Ochre and
Oh, we should have tons of it. Like, I mean, you guys should still have like mountains of the stuff for the Ochre First policy. Like,
yeah,
like you guys should have like mountains.
That I sold all of that.
Like,
also, I can tell you where to find the rock. Usually in some bad family-friendly action movie.
Yeah.
Is that because you smelt where the rock was cooking?
So Noxium comes from Telassanite, which is 16 M3, Croquite 16 M3, Ochre at 8 M3, Hedbergite,
you can't see it right now, but I am glaring at you with people's eyebrow.
Jaspit and Spod. So what was the question about size?
I don't know. We got into like, WWE.
You're asking about the volume?
The volume of NOx versus isogen.
Of the actual Noxium, like
yes.
Yeah. Like
mineral?
Do you get the same? Do you get a
rock?
similar amount of Noxium to isogen when you
mine?
When you break it down?
No.
Okay, how much Noxium do you get?
So
more than 5.
But less than all.
Isogens.
No, you are getting all.
All the Noxium in the world, in the entire.
No, all. Not all.
All. I said all.
But can you get and?
I was not prepared for this question.
No, I wasn't prepared for this conversation. This conversation requires Dirk levels of
Hold on, I'm trying to be a nerd about rocks.
This conversation requires the mining director to know shit about mining.
I know how to mine a rock and where to find the fucking rocks. I don't know about the M3 volumes.
This sounds more like mining foreman level, not mining director. Get the advanced skills, Dawn.
I'm sorry. I'm 3 days away.
You get way more Noxium in low sec. How much do you get? I don't know, but it's way more.
No, I'm saying that's where you get the bulk of.
No. Mac was saying that the change reduced the amount needed, it would be better. But if it took away 100, but now you need 12, but that 12 is 10 times the size. That's not better.
Hold on, it's because they don't have the M3 size of what.
Well, no, it'd still be a little bit. It'd still be a little bit better because that would be 120 rather than 200.
I'm looking at what the M3 size is of Noxium.
12.
Give me the attributes. So Noxium is a 0.01 M3, and I'm guessing isogen's.
No, it'd have to be like 16 or 17 times.
Isogen's also, as a mineral, is 0.01 M3. So it's
okay, but how much do you get when you refine?
When you refine it, yeah. It's the refined volume that you get out of each rock.
Okay, so so on if you did yttrium, which is the best isogen rock, you get 4 per 1 M3. It looks like. Okay. If you do Noxium and its best rock, which is Telassonite, not Noxite, I'd like to point out here, but Telassonite, you get 0.6 Noxium per 1 rock.
Okay. So
that's at least kind of how it looks like from the Celeste's chart. Okay.
So 0.6 instead of 4. It's about an eighth.
Yeah, it's about eight times.
I could be reading that wrong. If someone's better at that, just let me know.
So that's not bad because you still need to hit to 16, 17 times.
So volume wise, it looks like it'll go down total for shipping volume.
It's still alright, horrendous. The math bears out the fact that it's going to be slightly less.
But it's not we're just totally getting rid of this stuff. There's still a sizable amount of you need both.
Yeah, I guess.
It's only in battleships.
Yeah.
You know what would be really nice is if they got rid of this overcomplicated composite bullshit.
Real quick that definitely solidifies just how much I am probably done with Eve. All right, Farah, I really don't feel like doing a spreadsheet right now.
Oh my god.
See that the thing is, you guys ask me some of these you ask me these refining questions. I don't have refining skills. I don't refine any of my stuff.
Problem.
I know, but I don't do it. I'm just here's ore. Give me rocks back. I'm good.
She's the mining director.
Right, we need the refining director. Who's the Green Swarm refining director? Is it Rat Knight?
No, Rat Knight quit 2 years ago.
That doesn't mean anything.
It would probably be procurement, which would probably be Harry and Casimir.
A lot of things could be brought under the umbrella of procurement.
Procurement, yeah. All
you just say Kumi. You know what? Kumi doesn't actually have a job title, so just
all of the game.
Kumi.
Well, I have procured.
This sounds like something that should be added to the mining. This should be added to the mining portfolio.
That I have to do all the refining. I do have a refining channel, so I do actually handle a lot of refining.
See?
Then
you should know this
that's
stuff.
That's just her connecting people to other people.
It sounds like she should know this stuff.
Well, I just, I have a channel where if you have refining skills, you get a little special tag, and then people just go, "Hey, I need shit refined at refiners." And
sounds like you should be the person to know this stuff.
No, I'm the manager. Managers don't know anything. Remember, managers don't know how to do the work. They just tell other people what to do.
That sounds like an excuse.
I mean, welcome to management.
So how about that croissant?
I take 5.
You take 5 croissants?
That was
a lot of croissants.
How about that? We go in a direction that makes this not Jane's fault.
That was a hard, abrupt turn. We can talk about the croissant, of course, if you want. But I'm just gonna give Arendis a bit of time to enjoy that. And you guys out there as well.
Go ahead.
That wasn't on purpose.
I want to enjoy it too, man.
All right, that's fine then. Yeah.
It was kind of Dawn's little like shiny, like.
If by speaking of shiny, first Azrael dead in the game, and it wasn't even because of somebody fucking up. It was a blue shoot from Brave.
It was a blue on blue, but it wasn't a we fucked up blue on blue. It was an actual let's just have
on purpose.
Yeah,
I have mixed feelings. Like, it's their ship, do what you want. But it's like, really? If you were just gonna throw it away, you could have just given it to me.
No. I'm gonna give Brave serious props for that. Not only is it a flex, right? But they can now say not only that they have the first kill for one of those, but that the first one to die was theirs. Like, nobody's ever gonna get that first loss again. So
I think Goonswarm's got the first loss of the Moloch.
Yep.
And I watched that death,
also
and I was
the first kill, because I doubt that.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Brave got the first kill and the first loss.
Yeah, that's good job.
Actually,
which is great because it means that you haven't fucked your kill board. At the most, it's 50%.
Right. It's a wash.
But it doesn't count for the kill board.
Yeah, it just
it's a non-event.
It's your own kill, right?
It's a kill and a loss. So
Well, no, because it doesn't count. It doesn't count on the kill board as far as plus minus, but it definitely counts as we can throw one of these away.
That is a flex.
Yeah. I mean, that's an undeniable flex.
There's only been 3 Moloch deaths. I did not know that. Interesting. Unfortunately, P-Horde does have the final blow on our Moloch. And I was really annoyed during that because they could have saved him, and they just were like, "Yeah, we're killing a keep star. We can't get." It's like, I guarantee we have dreads waiting that could go in, kill those dreads, and come back out. We were at 10%, less than 10% tie-dye during X47. Anybody could have fucking helped him, but it was
It was cool that he had purples on that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if you're that kind of ship, yeah.
Oh, and a couple of purples on the high as well.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah.
Mids that were purple. For what
he had 2 Estamels on the mids, which was cool, and then the whole rack of those, which were mids as well, and a bunch of them.
Except for one of the.
Like that damage control. Could you imagine if you swipe that damage control? Oh.
Yep.
30,
There's still only been 2 Dagon losses.
Sorry, I missed that. What?
So there's still only been 2 Dagon losses, less than Moloch's.
Wow.
Do you want to make a third one? I can help you.
Yes, but if you're wondering, why did this happen? Brave had a Pirate Day, which was an organized shoot people and act like a pirate day, essentially.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking awesome.
Nerds.
So what do you mean you can help me, Dawn? Do you have one to lose?
No, but you could undock one and I could DD it and then shoot it until it's dead. and then it would be another dead one.
No.
And then I could do it.
No, for 3.
You can just give me the daggone, I'll lose it.
For 3 important reasons. Okay?
They're not good enough.
First, I'm not going to give you that kill. Second, this is still the first Dagon ever built. I still have it. In fact, it's still the first Pirate Fax ever built. So, fuck you, no. And third, I can't actually get to it right now.
Is it not in 1DQ?
It is. I'm not.
Well, I was going to say I don't think you can fly it as an alpha.
No, you wouldn't have the skills technically.
Right.
If you were in it,
if I was already sitting in it.
Yeah.
If I was already sitting in it, I don't think I could undock.
No, it would be like, what?
Nope, it would yell at you.
Yeah.
It's just like people who have like sabers.
That doesn't mean you can't get at it, though.
And fourthly, you'd probably have Wibble on speed dial.
Yeah, Wibble can. Well, if I ever see you going down, Horrendous, I will just make sure to pot shot you at least once. So I want that.
Just such a nice person.
Yeah, I'll make sure. Did you use that in M2? Did you use it in M2?
No, it was in my hell.
Okay. Your hell?
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that hell is like fitted for speed and for warp speed and high speed landings.
I still love that they gave the
for the most part at this point it's fitted for
hyperspatial.
No, it's fitted for sitting in one spot.
What kind of help pilot are you?
The kind that runs
doesn't fly hells, clearly.
The kind that runs a super full of fucking dictors with a necro module on it.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's a very different kind of hell.
That's what I got stuck doing for a while. So that's
I like how. Don't you like how they made like this really cool trailer for that feature and we're big on
like this.
And like and no one did anything. Like we tried it a couple times, but and
we had this
kind of worked.
We had this whole system set up for it, and it was just one of those. All right, but we're never going to actually use it.
No, we did. Like I remember
we didn't really use it. We kind of used it, but like
I know. I remember being on grid.
You don't even come off tether when you're using it.
Yeah, like I remember dying and then just appearing next to somebody's super carrier, and getting another ship flying over, trying to get back in fleet and just dying again. Like,
yeah,
okay.
It's like, all right, fine. I'm gonna sit here. I got a fleet hangar full of drugs and an SMA full of dictors, and I'm gonna just sit here on this Astra house.
I don't know if there's actually a video of the hell dying, but I've got a video of a hell dying. Oh, sorry, not of a hell, of Azariel dying.
Cool.
So we can see what that might have looked like before.
Watch it die.
So yeah. Don't worry, you guys can carry on talking. It's all good. Like I was just there thinking to myself like, but like it would be cool if they had actually had a video of the Azariel going down, but I don't think there is one yet. But I did have a one from the one of the mass tests.
Aha.
So this is from the mass test. This isn't from the actual thing.
This is the actual thing. Okay.
You can all enjoy this, thinking like, "Oh, this is a brave one that died." But
what's the color of the explosion?
I don't know. I don't recall. Hey. Oh, there's also sound. Hang on, I can fucking turn sound on.
Don't need sound. I still love that they gave the warp bonus to the Azrael. Like, yeah, hold on, let me just zip around to this thing.
There it goes.
Didn't when Titans blew up, they did AoE damage around?
They used to.
That's
yeah,
okay.
they kind of took it. CCP took it out because it was like fucking the server up more and more and more.
Oh, sorry, we had too many Titans fighting and dying.
I mean,
having fun.
Essentially, it was like, oh god, the AoE is like, you know, wrecking the server because it was adding to, like so many more calculations to it.
You know, we would have used them as ammo.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, we should. I don't think we're ever going to get an M2 fight quite the same way. I think
people have said the same thing many times before.
Well, they haven't happened the same way, so
that is true.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about the stupid tie-dye fights. They're always fuck-ups, but they're always new fuck-ups.
So
Usually.
One time we had soft drop, the other time we were attacking a keepstar, and then the third time we were defending a keepstar. So what's next?
Right, see?
Well, do we also had a Titan fight over boat? You know, YOLO McSwaggity into
Azakai doesn't really count.
Was there not enough Titans?
It's not big enough, yeah.
Okay.
Not anymore.
So we've had one from defending and attacking. And what was the third one?
The Sov drop.
Soft dropping.
Oh, the Sov drop. I feel like yeah, that's right. So I feel like a fourth one should be over something really stupid.
Mind you, we did have the massive capital fight in Head GP a week before BTECR.
You mean massive capital slaughter?
Because they didn't.
The one where we couldn't load anything and they were just like gunning everything. Yes, that one.
Yeah, that one.
So when M2 part.
Yes,
it was massive at the time because we didn't have.
It was big enough to completely cripple the game. Yes.
Yes. Which is why nothing died.
It's
because
a lot of shit died. It was just all on our side.
BTECR hadn't happened yet, and let alone M2. So like there wasn't any like the biggest thing that had happened since like previous to that
massive
was like
is always
what
relative.
Was what the Valentine's Day massacre of like that kind of thing, like which was fucking ages ago.
Oh, right? You think a skyhook is going to cause us to have a massive Titan fight? No. I don't know.
I mean,
it's got to be something else.
It could. Maybe anchoring. It could be something as stupid as like a pause.
I could see be anchoring.
No. Okay, no. What's gonna cause one of these days is some idiot trying to multi-box his faction Titans, killing one solo and getting dropped on. And then that's going to get everybody trying to counter drop to save him.
To be fair, Init has baited with Shines as Moloch before, and it was glorious.
The thing is,
it's going to be a guy who's just trying to clear one owned by a dead alt corp in his own alliance.
Yeah, maybe. It could be as ludicrous as that.
I remember when M2 Part 2 started happening and we started realizing that they were not loading right.
No. How it's going to happen
interrupt
is...
me? Wow.
We are,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to interrupt you because otherwise I'm going to lose this thought.
Okay,
wait. I just want to interrupt Soft, interrupting Dawn.
There goes Thor. Soft Thor just vanishing from his head right there. Live on camera.
I'm sorry, Max interrupting me.
Please continue, Sothrasil.
I lost the thought.
Yes!
You were talking about what would cause a Titan fight to happen.
Oh, right, yes. We're going to bring Shoot Blue Day back, and someone's going to bring a Titan, and then shit's just going to get out of control.
I mean, you'd have thought it might have happened with an Azariel there, but like,
maybe
it requires like 2 faction Titans.
shooting at each other.
Who knows? What is the amount of faction titans on grid needed for Pandemic Horde to find their balls?
Yeah,
That depends on whether or not they've been told to dock them up.
They have the number of people. I don't know why they just are so fucking scared to just let's YOLO McSwaggin it. Just jump in. They have more dreads than us usually. One fight that I had to cast by myself, they had like a whole nother fleet of dreads more than us, and we still
from what I've heard, and from some of the anecdotes that I've heard from people in the in the big fucking war that we had previously, the big ass fucking war that we had previously, Vietnam, basically. We could YOLO 3 faction titans completely unsupported, right through their system, and they would be so fucking nervous that it actually is supported, but they just can't fucking see how, that they wouldn't actually fucking buy on it anyway. So
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, well, I say let's all go to Jita, 1v1 on a Breeze at the Sun, and then whoever, we'll just have Asher and Gobbins just duke it out, and whoever wins, their other side has to just disband and make a bunch of tiny little alliances. Be great.
I'm fine with that.
Just be okay, this is the side that wins. Let's draw new lines in the sand. And you know what? Goonstorm can break up a little bit too, and we'll just make we'll get 4 alliances back up, 4 coalitions back and going, right?
Just kind of wondering, have you watched Troy recently or something?
No.
It sounds very much like the honorable, your best fighter versus our best fighter will settle this that way.
Champions.
Exactly, duel of the champions, right?
Well, if it saves lives and time over this pissant, we're gonna come punch you in the face. Stop running away. Oh, that's right. That is the other thing that could start a Titan fight, is trying to anchor the Palatine Keepstar.
Someone somewhere will eventually have it.
I mean, if somebody had, ever since it was announced, if somebody had been really working towards it, they would at least be maybe a third done.
Ooh, I don't know.
They put a lot of effort into it.
Not with this age of prosperity.
Yep. They wouldn't even have the janitors.
Well, how many janitors is that? Hold on.
All the janitors.
You get a lot from fucking missions. Hold on. Let's do this here. I know Tuzzy did the math, and that'd be 487 keep stars for a Palatine. But considering we went through 60 with us and have replaced a decent amount, and Horde has a ton, and Frat has a ton, and we've killed a bunch in high sec and all over space. I'm just saying, we're maybe not right there close yet. Getting there. Let's see, industry.
I mean, if it was a group effort, then maybe.
Okay, Arendis, you're wrong about the janitors. How many janitors do you think a Palatine Keepstar takes?
I don't know. I said all the janitors, so clearly I did not think I was accurate. Other janitors exist.
Yeah, that was a legitimate kind of estimation.
It only needs, surprisingly, for a structure that's 100 kilometers tall, it only needs 2,500 janitors.
Either that's a surprisingly low amount of bathrooms available, or
and I actually already have one piece. I have one piece already for the Palatine, which is the Scotty, the docking manager's clone. You only need one of those, and I have it.
Oh, right. I didn't realize you needed that. I was going to say something around about to do with Scotty.
And then you need a deactivated station key pass, only one of those. Look, see, we'd already have 2 things marked off the list.
Hey, Dawn.
What?
I'm not trying to make you shut up or anything, because that would be rude. Don't you have a meeting to go to?
Asher's not there yet.
All right.
He said he might be late.
That's fair.
I could go. Never mind.
So fucking
Meeting time.
harsh.
All right, bye. It is meeting time now.
Dude. Take care. But hey, we've got an ad break going for 3 minutes, so we can talk about irrelevant bullshit. But you're just a fucking evil bastard. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I am so glad to not have to deal with that shit anymore. But yes, that was mean of me. I admit it.
But I'm not gonna say out loud that I'm gonna be an absolute prick, except that I've just exactly said that. But
well, I wasn't getting her to I wasn't telling her to shut up. I was just reminding her that there are other things going on that she's probably gonna have to pay attention to, and wouldn't want her to be late. That's all.
How magnanimous of you.
I know. I'm just a caring guy. Especially when it lets me be an asshole.
People don't understand me. That's
the problem is people do understand me. So I get away with it a lot less than I'd like to.
Oh. Right. So other random things that we can talk about, aside from mining. I love how we basically shook down Dawn in terms of her mining proficiency.
Well, you're the mining director. Why don't you know this stuff? That was cruel.
See, this is the thing. This is an aspect of this show that you can't plan. Like, we couldn't have planned that.
No. No, sometimes it has to be spontaneous.
It always is in this show. Levels of spontaneity in the show is weird. Like, the random shit that we come up with. Like the Del Time unit. I still haven't found the show
up with that?
Yes, we definitely did. We
I thought that was State of Thursdays.
No, we workshopped that. We literally workshopped that on the show. I recall it, like, specifically. I still can't find the episode though, because we've got like a billion previous episodes.
I thought that was a thing from what's his face.
From who?
Not Greg, the other one that was on Theta Thursdays for a while.
No, they didn't do it. They definitely, I love them, but they don't have the chops for that. We're the ones.
I mean, you're not telling them to shut up or anything, but
no. They're not like, pedantic enough to kind of figure out a Del Time, just to fucking spite people on the internet. Like,
look, you're just not the right kind of asshole.
Exactly. You need to be a top tier asshole to do this stuff. I will eventually find it on our back catalog, but like, as you guys can kind of see, we're on episode 10,101,000,001, so there's a few back catalog kind of episodes to go through for me to find it. So
what else has been going on in this game?
I don't know. I've been wondering what has been irking Soth through this week. just pulling him away from the game that he's playing, quite obviously playing.
Yeah, I'm not playing a game.
Yes, you are. I know you.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you.
What's going on with the anger games?
You're grinning like a fucking Cheshire cat, like you've just been found out.
Nope. I'm not playing a game.
Okay.
Then what are you doing?
I'm on Imager.
Oh, you're browsing Imager. Okay. Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ. Well, at least it's not 4chan or 9gag.
So you're looking at Eve images, huh?
I'm not Caleb, okay? Yes, Caleb, I'm calling you out.
He's not paying any attention.
I'd like somebody to, like, I might even do it myself. I'm gonna clip that and send that to him.
But to answer your
like,
question,
we definitely
Hunger Games, Jinton is first.
What?
Like Jinton, it's his time to do a tournament.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, so what's going on with Jinton's tournament?
I don't know. Ask Jinton. He's probably waiting for the AT to be over.
You're the Push to Talk tournament director.
Yes, that was a thing that we had that was definitely
right.
Soft, that is what you are.
Let me use some of the quotes I've heard in our recent meeting. That is not in my contract.
Wait, we have contracts?
He didn't say where the meeting was.
This is the wait, you guys getting paid? What situation? I didn't get a fucking contract. Fucking god damn it. Fucking weird shit. Oh great! So you're poking him already. You're into SIC.
What do you want? The janitor?
All the janitors.
Yeah, we need all the janitors. You know,
or at least 25,000 of them.
Oh, can you imagine if like grand prize in the AT is 1 Palatine Keepstar? Like nobody's gonna build it, so we might as well just like put it in as a competition win, and then people don't realize that like it wasn't a full constructed Palatine Keepstar; it was just the blueprint. That would suck.
Yeah, like even if it was a constructed Palatine, like who's gonna put that up?
Somebody, like, or somebody not even realizing it's a Palatine Keepstar. That's just a Keepstar. Like, oh, okay.
Right.
They should put it up.
Should someone put a Palatine Keepstar up the same time that I put my Keepstar up? What's the chances? Oh, fuck.
That could actually be the one thing that sparks the next Titan Brawl.
That could well be. You see? Full circle, guys.
If you win the AT, you can build one XL structure in Podge.
Oh fucking hell. Ooh. Palatine Keepstar in Podge.
Doesn't even have to be that. Just watch the amount of brawling over that thing as they try to anchor it.
To be fair, that is kind of true. Like people fight in Pokémon like over Athenors like their Keepstars.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would do it.
You'd have everybody in the game flooding in subcaps.
Yeah,
to try to kill that thing.
You wouldn't have super cap fight, but you have like a ridiculous amount.
You'd have the huge number of battleships.
Yeah, just a bit. Christ.
You could maybe come near super cap money numbers just in Marauders.
Actually, I would not be surprised. Talking about like I know that we got kind of like sort of touched the subject and then jumped off the subject, but like in terms of tournaments, there is a couple of little things, or there is one date that's coming up fairly soon that is kind of important for the AT, right? Soft?
Yeah. Although it's debatable how important it is. Right.
Well, I mean, it's important
many teams. So what's coming up is the lock date for the flagships.
Yeah.
And the more organized teams that will actually get some use out of their flagships, they will have decided their flagships like months ago.
Yeah. Easily by now.
Yeah. and the teams that are newer and are still in the tournament, they will probably get to use their flagship once where it gets blown up.
Yep. Like how I mean, I guess from that I can kind of determine that like flagships don't generally tend to sort of sway the matches too often.
They can. There's one issue that the flagships are public, right? So if you're expecting the other team to bring their flagship, you can design your bans to make them not as viable, right? By banning out the support ships for the comps that.
Yeah, but if they have a comp where they can, like, say for example, bring a Balgorn or bring a flagship Balgorn, like that's kind of like, for example, that as an example, right? Like a Balgorn in terms of control is very like extremely good at its job.
Yeah, but a flagship Balgorn isn't even as good as you would expect because you are not allowed to put shiny newts and nosses on it.
I thought that was one of the reasons why flagships, one of the advantages to flying a flagship is you can put officer ones.
The exception is newts and nosses because the Balgorn was just so overused in tournaments where it was allowed.
Okay. So you can still, but you can still have web, like web
you can
ranges
still,
and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And then,
but there are obviously other options if you're looking for web control, in terms of battleships.
Yes, and the question really is, do you want your flagship to be doing that, right? But
well, you can also have an improved tank as well.
I mean, you could do all of that at once, right? It's not like you're limited to just
one or two,
making one item shiny.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you make it a vital control ship, then you can also make that vital control ship have significantly more tank, whether it's active or buffer, right? I mean, when I say buffer, I mean like obviously sort of so you can catch reps from your logi. But then again, it seems a lot of like the tournament sort of meta is a degree of active and buffer, so you can augment the reps that you're getting from the logi with your own self reps.
Yes, and you usually look. Yeah, you can get more tank on your flagship, but usually it's not the big battleships who get shot first, right? Usually you try to get rid of the support first. You try to catch the enemy logi, and get those down. So you're basically you're starting from the bottom up usually. Obviously there are situations where it's different, but like a big tanky battleship, if it's flagship or not, will usually not be shot at first.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Right. I just wanted to draw people's attention to the 24th of September deadline for flagships. That's all.
Yep, and then we actually find out what they are, because as I said, they are public.
Ah, nice. Get rid of that My Pillow bullshit. Sorry. I had that on my That's a whole other thing. We're not even going to talk about that. Like that's an whole different thing.
Yeah, one day we're going to make a show about politics on a platform that doesn't ban us immediately for it. See, Arendis is already having a headache.
That would be just like a fucking minefield.
Mm.
And it would be a case of like, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to turn comments or like the ability for people to actually talk off entirely. Because that would just, that wouldn't go down too well. So, there was another kind of interesting thing, or at least on Reddit, a CSM AMA, because the applications for CSM 19 are now open. If you guys did not realize this.
In fact, I did, and then decided I wasn't going to run.
Well, that's probably
I wonder
for the best.
why.
For all of us, I think.
Mostly South because I don't wanna.
for your sanity.
Oh,
Or
I
is
don't
that
have one
already
of
gone?
those.
That's already a lot. Okay. Or of what little little remnants of your sanity still exist.
Maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, CSM 19 applications are now open for you to like fucking put it down. Announcements. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to bring me to like the forums that will actually sort of show people's, but it did not. So I'll find that later on. Anyway, CSM 18's did a collective ask me anything. And yeah, so there was a bunch of things. A bunch of some candidates basically saying that they're not going to be running for CSM 19. So yeah, like for example, Angry Mustache, he's not going to be running for CSM 19. He's made that public with that post specifically 4 days ago. I don't know how many other people have kind of said that they're not.
So it's that time of the year again where we get to look into all of the CSM candidates and then reach out to them, trying to get them on the show, and then Phantomite will talk about jump bridges for 2 hours.
Yes, he will. Well, because the jump bridges have now been like nerfed back to how ludicrously overpowered they are, he's now going to have a platform with which to, you know, or a soapbox with which to jump on and fucking wax lyrical about how jump bridges are so fucking terrible. So, like, what's old is new again. Yeah. Sure, how many other people have said that they're not running anymore?
I only saw Angry Mustache saying it.
Obviously, Mark's not running anymore.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, if you were hoping that Mark Resurrectus was going to run for Wormhole candidacy on the CSM 19, that ain't going to happen.
I mean, he's going to be on the CSM.
He's going to be talking with the CSM for sure. He may be associated with it some way. Just on the other side, obviously. You guys all know. Yeah.
Should ask Mark to come on the show and talk about the CSM.
We could have as well. Oh, we still can, I guess.
I mean, as far as I know, he's one of the CCPers, quote unquote, in charge of the CSM. So it would make sense.
Yeah. Make a lot of sense. one of the changes that happened with the patch is there's now a word filter that lets you filter out certain spam.
So
why?
I find myself curious as I'm thinking now about the CSM, and how everything is interconnected in all one big universe and shit. And like that's been the whole guideline for the whole Eve IP the whole time.
Well, okay.
What's the CSM's role going to be with Frontier?
I mean,
they don't have a role.
They don't have one
yet.
Well,
no.
I didn't want to go into this, but now we're seeming like we're being pushed into this.
There is no such thing as the CSM planned. There's a different mechanism planned, but
yeah, the mechanism the mechanism planned is fucking terrible. So horrendous. Yeah. Imagine, if you will, right? The after 20-something years of EVE Online being a thing, right?
Yes.
That CCP decided that for the next iteration of EVE, the next evolution of EVE, that the way that everybody was going to choose what's going to happen in the game and choose how, like, what third-party applications or like programming or like, you know, sort of changes to the game happen, right, to the game, would be pretty much almost the exact same mechanism that people have when voting CEOs into power in Corps. You are correct in what you're thinking right now. It's done via governance tokens, aka shares. And it's literally just, you know, the more shares you have, aka the more you've put into the game, the more voting power you have. Because that's that's the height of democracy, according to CCP.
Well, corporations are people, my friend.
A lot of, yeah, but it's not a case of it's equally shared out in like directors. Like,
no, why would it be?
Yeah,
you don't understand. This is democracy.
Is this
democracy manifest?
Is it democracy? It smells like capitalism to me.
This is democracy. This is modern democracy. If corporations are people and money is free speech, then if you have more money, you get more speech.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of if statements in that.
So it's not the people voting; it's the money voting.
Yeah.
Well, money has people.
To be fair,
shouldn't it be the other way around?
What are you, some kind of commie?
According to pretty much every
European
American,
socialist.
Yes.
See, you Europeans don't know what democracy is.
Right.
Look,
and
democracy is one man, one vote, right? Okay, so each George Washington gets a vote.
I don't know if that's
see that's why we don't put people on our money.
That's not my problem. If you did, your money might get a vote. Instead, our money gets a vote. And thus, the entire post-world world order is designed to in fact benefit the United States, because our money gets a vote. You need to put more people on your money.
How less of a vote does that George Washington get if that George Washington is, you know, found to be found to have a legally too high amount of cocaine on him?
That depends entirely on how many judges want to snort that coke off the George Washington.
Because I've heard a thing about the average amount of cocaine.
and then Abraham Lincoln gets 5 votes.
Oh, okay.
Because he's 5 George Washingtons.
This looks. I feel like we're slowly building or workshopping a system here.
Really,
okay.
It makes perfect sense. One man, one vote. That man is George Washington. It's very simple.
I feel like you're doubling votes, like a little bit. A little bit. Is that George Washington registered in a particular place, or is he in all states?
Well, it's federal currency, so he's the same George Washington in all states.
So what you're saying is that not each George Washington gets a vote, but
it's all George Washington.
All of them combine the concept of the George Washington gets a vote.
No. Each George Washington gets a vote.
But you can't be registered in more than one state to vote.
You don't have to register your money.
Yeah, but if your money is a person, they have to register.
Money doesn't get registered. It only gets borrowed from the IRS.
So the IRS are the holders of democracy now.
That's right.
That's chilling. That's
the International Republic system. It's very simple.
Why did we go down this rabbit hole? It's making my brain hurt.
Because you didn't want to talk about politics.
I specifically see. This is the reason why we shouldn't have this. But this is the reason why we should never develop.
I do want to point out though that you are talking about politics like a European, as in taking the absolute piss out of it.
Dude.
Yes.
You guys lived in Europe between 2016 and 2020. I was stuck here in it.
Molded by it. Made a man by it.
You only borrowed the dog.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we should never make a politics show.
No, that is why we should.
Oh,
because eventually it all keeps coming back to Tom Hardy.
Oh, God. Right. I don't even know where to go from there, in all honesty.
Are we out of Eve topics?
With very important deep life lessons. That's where we need to go. We need to follow the very important deep life lesson that we can take from all of this.
Well, I hope you have that deep life lesson, because I definitely don't.
But you shouldn't write someone off just because they were in Star Trek Nemesis.
Good point. Very good point. He is one of those people who like, oh shit, yeah, he was in Star Trek Nemesis. Fuck.
That's right.
Yeah. And as I recall, he didn't have exactly he didn't exactly have a big stage, like a big screen presence, like, you know, stature-wise as well in that.
No.
I do want to point out though, like compared to Discovery, Nemesis. I don't want to say it's good, but
you
definitely better.
You really don't. You really don't want to say it's good. Because it was not.
No, it was not.
Even compared to Discovery.
No, look. It's Star Trek. Every second movie is supposed to suck. Right? It's...
No, that works. Yeah, I think that works.
It's a law of nature.
The law of nature is even-numbered Star Treks don't suck.
Yes.
And then Insurrection happened.
God, Insurrection.
Ah.
Hang on, aside from Insurrection, does that hold up even when you get to the the remakes, like the redos?
The
Kelvin stuff?
alternate timelines.
Yeah, the alternate timeline stuff.
No, I think there it reverses.
Yeah, the
the first one was good.
Ones are the good ones.
Yeah, the first one was decent. The second one was way too heavy-handed. No, look, we're just gonna see if we can do this shot for shot in the mirror.
What was the second one Into Darkness?
Yes.
Yeah, that one sucked.
Right. And then the third one was, arguably the one that actually, I'm not going to call it the best one because I think that was the first one, but the third one was good and yet took the most chances and wasn't just retreading the old ground as much. Although there were still very definite, well, this is the third movie, so we have to destroy the Enterprise moments.
It would be a Star Trek movie if we don't.
I mean,
there has to be some degree of dread for that entire crew. If it's just like, nah, we're not going to touch your ship, it's fine. It's like, what? Why? They will get a bit pissy about it. Oh God! Can you imagine Dirk being CSM?
Yes, it'd be hilarious.
No, it would not be hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
He would never show up on time.
So what?
That is true.
Oh, right. You still play the game. From my point of view, it would be hilarious.
I mean, I don't. Mac does.
You do tournaments and shit.
Yeah. Well, then again, that's logging into.
I'm not saying that you're, really active in the main part of the game, but CCB's decisions still impact you. From where I'm sitting, Dirk being on the CSM is pure hilarity. Nothing good can come of it.
Look,
and it will annoy the hell out of everybody involved.
Fuck is that link, Seema? Okay. Okay. You're just fucking trolling.
I do want to point out it's not just Star Trek, right? All the Star ones went down the drain.
I will agree with Starscream, though. Tom Hardy for CSM.
Like, they fucked up Star Wars.
Yeah, they fucked up
even
Star
harder
Trek.
than the prequels.
Wait. They fucked up the property that's all about space wizards?
Yeah, and they also fucked up Stargate.
It's written for 6-year-olds, man. Come on.
Oh, I've actually got a fucking. I need to find.
Besides, it's like the same period of Star Wars that gave us some of the worst bits of it. Gave us Andor.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
And while I will agree that there have been characters that were not the best in some of the recent series, Ray Stevenson will be horribly missed because his Baylan Skoll was fucking amazing.
Who's the what's the Andor of Star Trek though?
Strange New Worlds.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah.
I heard the animated shows are also pretty good.
Prodigy's supposed to be really good. Yeah, I've seen like half of the first season, and it doesn't disappoint. It from everything I've heard, it just keeps getting better from there.
Now we just need the end of Stargate. Yep, there's nothing there.
I just realized something. We have someone who is a bit of a fan of Star Wars and a fan of Lego, and I've got a fucking test for Horrendous. You can figure out all of these
rebuild the galaxy stuff.
You know, figure out all of these.
Beach Luke, Jedi Vader, Bounty Hunter C-3PO, Darth Rev, Darth Jar Jar, and Darth Ray.
God damn it!
I've actually watched all 4 episodes of that, and it's not bad.
I thought you would. I thought you would be like, yeah, there's definitely a few there. I would not. I wasn't expecting you to just straight up get Beach Luke. Like the fuck?
Oh, Beach Luke. Beach Luke is one of the best things about those 4 animated episodes. They got Hamill to do the voice, and he's having a blast.
If you don't know quite what we're talking about, that's the image that I gave Horrendous without the names, because the names were there. Like.
But seriously, if you watch the Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy episodes, when they get to the Jedi Council, just pick out everybody who's on it, and if you're familiar with the extended canon Star Wars stuff, like the Clone Wars, etc., you will just be laughing your ass off at the idea of who they said, yeah, in this galaxy, these guys are all Jedi.
Oh, Jesus.
And to clarify here, we found this in a Lego museum in Prague.
Yeah, there was a Lego museum.
Yeah, that's actually one of the new sets this year, because the series just came out. That's the minifigs for the Dark Falcon set.
we saw a Star Destroyer there, and was like, oh, is that larger than Horrendous's? And
I'm pretty sure it's the same size.
I think it's smaller.
If it's the new Star Destroyer with Cal Kestis, it's smaller. If it's the UCS Star Destroyer,
I'm sure I took a picture.
Then it's the same size as the Venator.
I need to fucking find it. Hang on, I definitely took a photo.
It's probably the old one because it was a Lego museum.
Yeah, but you saw that, and that's in there.
Oh, that was it, outside the museum in the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't take a photo of it. God damn it. What was I doing?
The Super Star Destroyer, I think, is bigger.
Yeah, it wasn't the Super Star Destroyer. That would be...
That one, I think, was ridiculously huge.
Yeah. It was... Oh, God, maybe a meter, less than a meter and a half long.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't. I don't think it was the Star Destroyer. I think it was just the regular. Sorry, the Super Star Destroyer. Yeah. I think it was just the regular Star Destroyer. So yeah. Damn it! I thought that was going to take up so much more time.
Oh God, no!
You were just like fucking on it, like. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Well, I'm all out of options now, Horrendous. You fucking torpedoed my last one. I hope you have.
I gotta say, I'm looking forward to the sets from next year, because there's the rumor is that we're gonna get a new ARC 170, and that'll be a nice kit. It's not gonna be a UCS ARC 170, but it's the heavy starfighter from the first few minutes of Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's a cool little thing. That is a cool little one. Aggressive recon. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's one that there isn't really a whole lot of there hasn't been a whole lot of opportunity to get one. Like, they've had 2 sets over the last 25 years for it, so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I would like to say thank you very much to the K-Man for the sub. tier 2 sub. Thank you very much, mate. Very appreciative of that. Yeah. I mean, we've basically run through all of the, as far as I know, all of the sort of Eve topics. As such, I guess it's literally just, it's literally just the My Pillow guy topic to go through. Soth?
No, I'm German. I can't talk about that. Look, those 4 numbers in that combination are not allowed here.
Yeah, they mean something very specific, and the fact that they just so happen to land on those specific 4 numbers, it is not coincidental, no matter how much they fucking say. Just so you guys know. Of all the fucking numbers to land.
They could have
I'm
added
just glad
1
I don't know
cent,
what you're talking about.
right?
Yeah, they could have added 1 cent to it, or they could have taken 1 cent away and have been all right. But like, no, they had to land on that number. Yeah, it was. I get, like, you just literally need to scroll up a little bit, horrendous, and stuff only. We'll give you.
That's
there,
the way.
There
yeah,
we go.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Some programming kind of stuff, I guess, that we can talk about INN wise, at least. So there was a meta show on Wednesday. I need to literally fucking. I know, they're fucking weird, right? I don't know what's going on, but you know. Apparently there's a meta. There needs to be a conversation that needs to happen. It's like meta show is tomorrow. Sorry?
You were gone for a few seconds.
Oh, I apologize. So
I just thought you had a stroke at the very idea. So.
So meta show. There was a meta show on Wednesday. Apparently there's not a meta show today, but there's a meta show tomorrow. So it's like, you know, use your 8-ball to figure out whether there's a meta show on, because that's basically sort of as good a method of figuring out whether the meta show is on, like on that particular day or not.
Okay.
But apparently there's one on tomorrow. There's not one on today. So that's fair enough. I gather. I don't know. I don't get pings for this. So you, Soth or Horrendous, or actually no, neither of you have Pigeon up
Nope.
or open or running, or haven't had Pigeon up or running for a long time.
That's right.
So whether there is going to be a fireside, like at the end, you know, at the top of the hour, who fucking knows? Not me, not Soth, not Horrendous.
Dawn might.
Dawn might. Yeah.
Dirk might, but he's not here, is he?
He's not here, being a lazy fuck. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to slap him. But yeah. So yeah, use your magic 8-ball to figure out whether there is a fireside on tonight or not. If you guys are in any way intrigued or you know, sort of interested at all about
Dawn
Twitch.
Dawn says, go in and bev a small one.
I guess there's going to be a small fireside. Or she might just be going to bed for a little while. I don't know. It's one of those things.
A child's bed. Who knows?
Oh God. Yeah. So maybe a small fireside. Top of the hour. TwitchCon is on during this weekend. Interestingly enough, there was a if you guys have no idea what TwitchCon is like being there in person sort of thing, King Wolf and Life Shifter were there yesterday, and they did a little live streaming, like a IRL live streaming from the event. It's like an hour and a half little things of them walking around, talking to people, seeing, stalls and events and that kind of stuff. Like, it's kind of cool. If you guys are interested in that, check that out. But yeah, other than that, pretty chill. You guys have anything that you wanted to talk about on the show that you weren't able to talk about or wanted to say? Highly unlikely.
Is there anything that we could talk about in this?
Dear God, we got
2-hour show.
Dear God, we've got 15 minutes.
Stretching so hard.
We've got 15 minutes. Please, God, help us. The game's been basically dead for the whole week, aside from Azariel dying and some patch notes. Like, what the fuck?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard you saying, as I pulled up the stream in Twitch, that ship had died, I thought you were saying Mike Azariah had died. I'm like, what?
Mike Azariah was given an Azariel to
No, like he had actually died.
He had actually died. Oh, Jesus. No, he has not died.
You just scared the shit out of me with that.
Sorry, Azariel. No, it's alright. Surely I did not say Azariah.
You didn't? No, it was entirely me mishearing.
Okay,
but
good.
It's just...
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, no, the fact that it was a ship getting blown up in Eve, that was much better news, but, I mean...
Oh, thank God, it's... And Azariel died. Oh, good news at last. No, he's very
good.
much
It's something
alive
I really don't care about. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, aside from all the regular shit, like, I've been enjoying basically, like, I didn't really want to get into this, but, like, I've been enjoying, running rings around fucking crypto bros.
That can't be that difficult.
It's really not at all. To be completely honest, it's quite easy. It's very basic shit. Like, you don't really need to know like specific information either. You just need to be able to like follow a logical kind of thought train, and it's bad.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd have to be.
It's so easy in actual fact to run rings round rings around these crypto bros that people who are just fairly fucking easy, like people who find it very easy to just make content on the internet to like cash in on people being a bit angry,
right,
have jumped on the bandwagon about fucking Eve Frontiers seems as well.
Really? There are people on the internet who find it easy to be angry?
I know, right? Like, well, actually, no. It's people on the internet find it very easy to be angry about all sorts of different things, but people have found it very easy to make content about those things that make people angry and get money out of it.
You don't say.
Yeah, point in case is, fucking Kira here. And if you guys don't know who Kira is, you obviously haven't played other MMOs. Because if you have played other MMOs, then chances are he's shat on that MMO from a great height in his ivory tower in YouTube land about your particular MMO and how it's clearly fucking dying and is completely worthless. Because that's what he does. At the end of the day, you could look through his library, his catalog of stuff, and it's literally just like, it's essentially 99.9%
shitting on
shitting on games, and basically just following the trend of toxic negativity. I'm not saying that, like, the stuff that he's talking about shouldn't be, shat on from a great height. A lot of times they are, but diversify it up a little bit, But because it's kind of like, a picture of Hilmar, and none of us want this with regards to Eve Frontiers. It is like
fair, none of us want Hilmar
it's not
either,
exactly cutting a new and interesting pathway of conversation, right? It's very much swimming with the with the flow. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I thought I was like, yeah. And I as you can kind of see, I made it not that far into the video because of two things that he said, right? One is CCP hires economists,
which they haven't for
like a decade,
over a decade. Yeah.
And oh shit, what was the other one? There was another one which was kind of the same sort of thing, where I was just like, oh, clearly you haven't played the game for like a decade. So yeah, it was one of those sorts of things where I was like,
oh, the spreadsheet simulator thing.
Oh, right? Yeah, that's the one. Like, he was like, oh yeah, people refer to Eve as spreadsheets in space. It's like, yeah, maybe a decade ago, but I think most people refer to Eve Online as like, a social simulator at this point.
I think these days most people refer to Eve Online as what?
That's still alive? Fuck.
Seriously.
But I've heard more people refer to Eve as a social simulator than a spreadsheet in space. Like, as of late, even out of Eve player circles. So it's like, clearly he's falling back on the knowledge that he has about Eve Online from like a decade ago. So yeah, it's clearly very fucking easy to make rage clearly easy to make money rage farming on YouTube, as long as you have an audience, right? Anyway, we can wrap up now, unless Soth has found something really interesting on Imager.
Nope.
Really?
At least nothing we can talk about.
I find that highly unlikely. We seem to
we need that politics show.
Translation: Soth is browsing porn.
Yeah, I don't think it's Imager then.
It is Imager.
So you could quite easily browse porn on X.
Back in the day, Imager had porn.
Was that back in the day when Tumblr had porn as well?
You're German.
Yes.
All it needs to have is schematics, and that's porn.
So efficient.
See?
Doing very efficiently. That makes me hot under the collar.
Such a good airflow design.
Well, I'm going to call it for today. We're going to finish 5 minutes early. I know it's very rare.
How dare we?
This, but you guys can all get up, walk around, open a door and touch grass, and then come back in because thinking that that didn't really feel that great. But so you can claim that you did touch grass. And then
get back to the fireside.
Get a drink and get back to the fireside before it actually starts.
The Gonan Beb Small.
Yeah. Something like that. Anyway. With that, thank you very much for chilling with us for an hour and however the fuck many minutes we have on our 10 billionth 101 episode of the podcast.
10 billion 101.
It's a very approximate number, okay?
Very approximate.
Very approximate, okay? might not be entirely accurate. Who knows? But yeah, until next time, take care, and we'll see you next week.